Soul Garden.
Hello, Lunar Child, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Update from my webcam to yours. I'm Christopher Witecki, your host to the universe. Thank you so much for dropping by. A couple of announcements. For one, if you're not in the GA agency, well, you can be for just 30 days. You know, we're going to wrap up a very deep, important transit. And so if you'd like, I will help coach you day by day. It's called Real-Time Healing. I'll do it for 30 days with the Sun in Libra if you want, for a flat price, either email or text message. Come on down to soulmart.me if you'd like to find out. If you are in the Guardian Agency, by the way, you will be watched over and coached day by day, as you are every day. And Nikki Bride has got a Jumpstart Creativity Seminar this Thursday night and the following Sunday. So if you need help getting into your heart, this is also a one-time deal, and I will be in the Thursday class. If you want to come play with me, come on down. It should be fun. Now, for the crabs and for everyone on Earth, it has been pretty crazy, I have to say. The planets are not slowing down. We are just accelerating to a new reality. I haven't seen this kind of shift in I don't know, maybe 4 years, actually, this intense. And perhaps this is a decade shift, as I've said so much. This week, we're going to wrap up the Sun in Virgo, and we're going to dive into the Sun in Libra. So it's a two-part week that's significantly different from one another. Wrapping up Virgo, though, remember, Virgo is the IB state of awareness, so we are polishing the heart chakra, and what we be comes from the heart on Earth. That is by God's design. When you are a Cancer, that comes down to the way you think. What you think is how you be when you're a Cancer. Emotions just happen, right? But what you think is how you be. This is the sidestepping, logical Cancer. And so in the beginning, this is ideas and the way you think and the way you compare. And where we are now in the lesson is your attitude. It's time to polish your attitude and commit to an attitude this week. So we start on Monday. It's cloudy, nesting, and resting for the crabs. The moon, your home planet, has moved into Libra, and it needs some recharging. So in the beginning of the week, you actually need to take a break. Also, Neptune ruling the day means that our intuition is ruling. And for you, this is helping you get maybe to the bottom of that right attitude. Maybe intuiting why you can't click in the right attitude, or why you can't hold the right attitude, or intuiting what that attitude is. Now, the planets have a few themes that I want to go over, starting with, starting with this fear triangle. I call this a Bermuda Triangle because we get caught in fear. It will go on for a few days, but it starts with your thoughts on where you feel secure or not secure. That's Mercury in the beginning of Libra. So thoughts on security start to really dominate you this week, Monday included. Those thoughts are directly opposing maybe where your career is going. So trying to innovate your career, but also having your thoughts of security, retirement, comfort. And Pluto, which is causing friction with relationships. So you're trying to get fluid in relationships and moving forward in good partnerships and making them work. What gets in the way is career. What gets in the way are your own emotional needs. So working through all this tension. And Mercury itself has shifted to home and family, even though the Sun is still working on attitude. So that's the Monday setup. On Tuesday, you do sharpen up. Now, you're still nesting, resting technically. The moon is in Libra for most of the day. However, you are quite clear and you are sharp. With Saturn ruling the day, it's time to commit. And what you're committing to is this attitude. You may not be completely certain, but you need to commit. You need to say, all right, this is it. This is the attitude that feels the most balanced and feels correct. And really, in the Master Shui, it's about the attitude that feels correct. So this is where the Cancer emotional side is aiding the Cancer logical side. Your emotions are saying, I think we should go this way. I feel we should go this way. But there's also a ton of other great things going on Tuesday that really radically shift us. On the one hand, Pluto goes direct. Now, Pluto retrograde has been having you be very introverted about where marriage and partnership should go, your mirage, what your mirage to yourself should be, and all this retrograde is all this internalizing. But now Pluto direct, that means partnerships will move forward. If your marriages have been stuck, they move forward. If you've been single too long, it moves forward. If you want a divorce, it moves forward. It all moves forward with Pluto. Uranus says that career also moves forward or has to keep moving forward. And Mercury says you got to think for yourself first. Think for yourself first. Put your oxygen mask on before anyone else's. Also during this day, the moon crosses Saturn, and I think this is the big, huge turning point of the week. Let's take a look. As your home planet moved in yesterday into Libra, it was a nesting and resting period, and as it approaches Saturn, you might have had to wring out old emotions, old childhood issues, or any kind of emotion you've been holding on for the last cycle. Now, as the moon hits Saturn, this is the release. This is where you let go. Oops, excuse me, that is the wrong button. This is where you let go, and this is also where you emotionally invest in that self-nurturing attitude. Basically, with Saturn at 28 and with the Sun also asking for you to commit, it is time to commit to an attitude and an emotional self-nurturing attitude that are synchronous, right? Mind must be there for emotion, emotion must be there for mind. So this is the blending of the two, but even more importantly, this is, I think, the turning point for Cancers when it comes to this 2-year transit since 2009, where the universe was trying to get you to take care of yourself first before other people. You're always going to nurture others, but you're so much more stronger if you are nurturing yourself. That has been the lesson. Your oxygen mask on before anyone else's. So on this day with the moon crossing Saturn, this is where you really find out where you are with that. If you have a complete breakdown when the moon hits Saturn and you never feel realigned, you've got some work as the sun moves into Libra. If you felt empowered, passionate, like you can do anything, good news, your emotions are behind it, it's going to be a little easier for you. Either way, you got chances to fix it here, and that's going to be inevitable. So Tuesday, a gigantic turning day, my God. Wednesday, action rules the day. Mars rules the day means it's time to take action. Now remember, it's all about attitude, really, even though we just did some pre-Libra stuff. So what you're taking action on is that attitude. So in everything you say, let that attitude be reflected on this day. Speak up. And this is not just attitude, but this is, for some people, being the messenger, being heard, raising your hand in class, allowing your thoughts to be heard, allowing the world to hear what you have to say. Or in some cases, this is you listening for once, if it was that sort of Cancer. So on Wednesday, take action. Now, because we're talking Mars, and because the moon, your emotions move into the inner child, if you don't take action, it can turn into anxiety. So there's a chance of anxiety or a chance of temper tantrums from the inner child if you don't take action. All right, so you really want to take action and just finish this transit already. On Thursday, we hold space and squat, but it's sunny and childlike for you. The moon will be well into Scorpio, and the moon will cross over Mars as well. So this is a real amp. Depending on where you live. It could happen Wednesday, it could happen Thursday, because Europe and the United States are really ping-pong of who gets what. That's what GA is useful for. But nonetheless, you are childlike. That moon is strong in Scorpio, and we're squatting. What are you squatting on? This attitude. So you don't want to budge, you don't want to change your mind, you don't want to change your attitude. You want to just stick where you were yesterday and have fun. All right. Now, Mother Earth is ruling the day. That's the squatting. So by kind of holding space on this attitude and this intellectual approach, you are giving it gravity, and this allows your attitude to stick. This is just the process of manifestation. So Thursday, we're letting things stick. That's the best way to put it. Then comes Friday. Now, Friday is somewhat tumultuous. There's some anxiety that's possible. Many reasons why. First of all, the moon, your home planet, rules the day. So although it's crazy emotion, this isn't exactly new to you, Crab, now is it? So you're okay there. But it's the 29th degree. Your mind may not be playing ball. The 20th degree is the final degree of a transit where we get tested back to where we started. So the old attitude, the old argument, maybe a bad email or a text message that triggers you, whatever it is, don't slip back. Gather your emotions behind that attitude and act on it. You know, just keep moving forward the way you were. That's really the way it goes. Now, the moon itself in Sag makes you hyper aware. So you're aware of your space on Friday, you're aware of your desk mates, you're aware of your body. That adds volume that may add drama that doesn't necessarily really add up, but you're adding it up because of the multiple sensitivity. So be aware of that as well. But the planets have its own stuff, mostly this opposition. With the moon in Sag, you are hyper aware of your reality, and that will oppose Jupiter in Gemini, which has been calling for Cancers to expand their faith. So at some point, reality gets just nasty. What saves you? Expanded faith. And sometimes you're worried about faith. What you got to do? Just focus on reality. But this trine also, you know, with all that work in Leo, you're raising your soul capital and feeling valuable and had all this self-esteem built. Maybe a lot of projects going on. Really, Cancers are lucky when it comes to productivity and work and making money right now, believe it or not. And you should remember that and channel that into your reality. Just take a look around at how valuable you are. That's what the universe is saying, to save yourself on Friday. Then comes Saturday, and the sun moves into Libra, and it's 0 degrees. And I always say 0 means 0, which is the no man's land between two states of awareness. The earth will feel a bit weird. The moon moves into Capricorn, so your emotions shift to marriages and partnerships. So your honeys are kind of pulling on you, or they seem more important. Today is the day that the moon videos come out with Carolyn Nagel, so you've got to check these out if you're a Cancer. She made videos based on your moon sign, and if you don't know your moon sign, just text moon goddess to that number, and our staff will look it up for you. We'll ask for your date of birth and text you back and all that stuff. Modern technology helping out. But really, this is the shift to what I've been talking about forever, since 2009, which is it's time to graduate your home nesting resting transit, Saturn in Libra. Let's get a little deeper about this. Let's see here. Here we go. Now this square is worth noting. You will resolve fears between marriage and reality and you taking care of yourself. You know, there might be some worry about taking care of yourself, and that's what this whole transit is about. With the sun moving into Libra, we're now working on our throat chakra blue energy. And yes, Taurus rules the throat, but giving and receiving happens through speaking up and communicating. This is why thoughts and words become things and why we should say what we want. Now, when you are a Cancer and you're working on Libra, you're working on your emotional philosophy. All right? You use the delicate scales of Libra to manage your home and family, which is why living with a Cancer can be very calm and cozy. But you have got to know how to take care of yourself in order to how to take care of others. And this is where Cancer sometimes skips steps because they're thrown into life taking care of everyone a little too soon. So the first 10 degrees or first 10 days of this transit are strictly your own emotions. Do you take care of them? Are they stretched? Do you need health issues? What do you need to take care of your own feelings? Then your ability to actually take care. This is house cleaning, how you live, what you do at home with ritual, what family ritual is, the roommate situation, is it good? And then security, your overall sense of well-being or not well-being, which is where the actual test will be at the end of this month. So we're getting started with feelings, and we're getting started on Saturday, mostly with breaking through those fears. Then on Sunday, we click it into gear and we start the transit. So Sunday, really evaluate how you feel. Now, feelings are pulled into relationships. You are sunny and sentimental with the moon in Capricorn. So be careful to separate your feelings from your partners, because that's what a lot of this is about too. A lot of Cancers lose their emotions in others, which is why they don't self-nurture. So that is something. But the universe has blessed us with a couple of things. One, you will release old relationship or old marriage karma as the moon crosses Pluto, and then the moon creates a yad. This is the universe saying, hey Cancer, guess what? For the first time ever, Chris Witecki is saying to focus on your marriage. That's right. Focus in a good way. And the reason why you focus in a good way is you are progressing in this level. As you take care of yourself, you will see it's easier to relate to others. And what the universe says to bring into your marriage and unions on this day is this new inner faith you've been working on, and then that Venus. You know you're worth it. You know you're valuable. So take that self-esteem, take that new inner faith, and channel it into your marriages, your partnerships, and your unions. You're going to feel amazing, and I think it's also a reflection of how you treat yourself. So a yad on Sunday gives us some extra clues. One last thing. I know, can you believe it? This is a fear that will break apart. I just want to outline it. You feel very valuable, but at the same time, Mars in Scorpio says you might be afraid that you won't get what you want. You will break through that fear on Sunday, especially when you start to you follow the odd and go towards relationships. This fear ends, so don't worry about you not being able to pay for what you want or not getting what you want. This is a square that just kind of came about in the transit. All right, that's all I have for the crabs, but I will be back in 7 days. Don't forget to come to our free office hours all week, or come to soulmart.me and check out one of these products, or the Moon Goddess videos are available, all that and more. Until next week, live, love, be.